So I'm Himanshu Arora, and I have worked as a financial research analyst for close to 7.5 years with a financial services company, with a broking company. I have handled commodity market, equity market, and currency market in different stages on my life in my professional career. I have worked as a global research analyst and a consultant with one of the consulting companies, a market research company. For the last few years, around 7 to 8 years or so, I have been making my living out of financial markets, and I train people on different subjects in financial markets like equity, commodity, currency, bonds, equity research, fundamental analysis, that is called technical analysis, risk management. So these are my topics which I personally use for my own trading and investing because that is my source of living. And I train people on behalf of AIWMI. Apart from AIWMI, I am also associated with a few institutions like Ministry of Finance, Reserve Bank of India, Niti Aayog, some IITs, IIMs, FMS for delivering trainings on different subjects in finance. So this is about me. In this entire module, we are going to cover broadly. If I have to say one statement, if I have to make one statement for this entire module, it will be we are covering 360 degrees, almost 360 degrees of financial market space. Starting with the very basic things of how this financial market exists, or of course, why this exists, how does it exist, different products available for a common investor, a retail trader, how do these markets move, what are the various indices, how are the index, a bit of calculation, exchanges, who all are the intermediaries, the basics of finance and the financial intermediaries and the financial markets. In this, we are going to talk about an introduction of all the asset classes, like where all you can park your capital. Then apart from this, we will be talking about the application of this capital market into derivation of some products, making of some products like derivatives. So a couple of sessions I'll be devoting to the financial market derivatives, where we will be talking about how to, the theoretical and some of the practical aspects of, we'll try, I personally try as much as possible to talk everything practically, but to some extent we need some theory also. So we'll be covering the basic understandings of derivatives, different products like forward, future, option, and all those stuff. How can we trade them? What are the basic ideas behind trading them? And maybe if time allows, we can also talk about, we generally talk about, by the way, some relatively easier ways to practically apply derivatives so that we can make some money out of it. Then we also talk about the fundamental research of the company. The fundamental research of the company includes the understanding of three financial statements, which is income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statement. But we generally do not talk about like how to calculate the ratios, not to be theoretical there, more to be practical, as in which ratios are good to analyze the company. So that by the end of a couple of sessions, you know whether this company is good or bad. Of course, some basic terminology about the equity research, because the candidates are generally from different backgrounds. So we talk about, for example, how to do the business analysis of the company, how to judge whether the business is understandable by me or not. Will I be able to understand the business? Am I able to understand the business or not? Who all are the promoters? How many directors are there? Can we judge anything from the number of directors? And then we talk about the financial analysis. Where is the cash flow flowing in the company? Where is the income coming in the company? Is the company on the right track? Is it something I can think of investing for next 10, 15, 20 years or so? some valuation terminologies like how does the book value make sense for us, how does the price to earning multiple make sense for us, what is EPS, how to look at the EPS. So all these things come under the fundamental aspects. We'll try to understand the annual reports broadly, so we can try as much as possible talking about the business analysis of the company. Then we talk about the financial analysis of the company, comparing my company with the peers. So that is called the industry analysis of the company. Then we can talk about the management analysis of the company, then whether the company is undervalued, overvalued. So these kind of things is what we try to interpret from by looking at the annual report or by looking at some of the financial statements and ratios. So this is the equity part. Then we talk about the fixed income security part, because India's majority, the major chunk of the money is invested in the fixed income security part. How does this entire fixed income security market works? Like for example, last night, US Federal Reserve, which is the central bank of the US, had an important meeting. So their decision that they are deferring for an interest rate hike or the bond buying tapering. What is that? What are bonds? What is bond buying? What is bond buying tapering? If they are going to taper it and the tapering is coming soon, how is it going to impact the interest rates? How to calculate the interest rates? How to see whether the bond is undervalued, overvalued, or what are the factors that determine the valuation of a bond? So this is something that we try to gauge some of the theorems there, and how to calculate the EMIs, how to calculate the tax implication on the EMIs. I mean, the taxation is not the part of this, but maybe how much interest or how much principal we have paid, and whether the bond market is going to collapse, the bond market is going to take a downturn, take a upturn, how the bond market may react. We'll try to look. We generally try to look it through the bond market, some theorems there. Apart from this, so this became the conceptual part of the bond market. Then we have talked about the conceptual and the fundamental part of the equity market. We have understood the derivative product. We have understood the capital market. Post that, we generally move towards something called the demand supply in the market. I mean, based on the demand supply, instead of now gauging, because to understand fundamental analysis, you might require some knowledge of accounts, though we started with very basic things, but then some people feel very uncomfortable with dealing with fundamentals, especially the ones who have some background like from science or some other such background, may not be an accounts background. So they can also analyze the stock using technical analysis. So we talk about the fractal theory, finding out the trends in the market, how to see in the minimum possible time what is the trend in the market, what is the trend in my stock, whether it is tradable or not. So in the fundamental aspect, we prefer covering about the the long-term view about the market, whether the market is long-term investable or not. So what are the factors that may impact market in long run, or is my business investable or not? While in technical analysis, we are only talking about for the next few hours, days, weeks, maximum months. Also, we can talk about the few minutes and the few seconds also. So this is what we cover, looking at the demand and supply of the prices in the market. So it is like the fundamental analysis is your entire body report, like for example, blood test, X-ray and all those stuff, while technical analysis is only making you move on the treadmill and seeing and looking at it whether you are able to run or not. So the second one is the short-term thing, and the first one is a broader frame thing. So we cover both the aspects in this entire module, the fundamental and the technical analysis. Technical analysis, majorly, we try to learn practically itself, where we talk about which are the most lucrative candlestick patterns. Looking at them can quickly give you some trades and help you make money in the market. What are the most important, what are some of the technical indicators which you can apply directly and maybe start making money after some time? I do not want to attract you by saying that you will start making money immediately after this module, because a couple of sessions are not sufficient for making it as a career. You get a broader idea of how to look at the markets. And then, because we have already studied about equity market, commodity market, understanding introduction to commodity market in the very first module, the currency market. So we try to understand how to calculate how to look at the portfolio, what are the different approaches to manage a portfolio, and how to calculate the beta of the stock and some other stuff like that. So broadly speaking, we are in a way handling, I mean, the module has been designed in a way that the candidate will be handling a client portfolio, not directly, not just directly, indirectly. You are looking at a client's point of view. What all can client require? So my client requires equity market, my client may require derivative market, my client may require foreign exchange market, knowledge of foreign exchange market, my client may be a trader, my client may be an investor. So the broader aspect of portfolio is kept in the mind so that we can eventually practically deal with the market for ourselves or for managing clients portfolio. So this is the broader aspect of this module. Any question?
Hi, Himanshu.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. See, I come from a non-finance background. Okay. So
Same here.
good
I'm
to
an
know.
engineer by qualification.
Basically I know pretty much because I have seen a couple of your videos in YouTube and all those. So like I've learned something here and there about some equities, the markets, how the basic you know key terms or keywords what you call. So for any novice like me, if I want to make a career in this financial domain, let's say it may be a major stream or a side stream. Okay, because I'm mostly interested in financial planning, or I keep on giving advices to my colleagues, my friends here and all. That too with genuine, like I study upon that. Let's say I'm advising some mutual funds. I study, go through the mutual fund, what are the stocks in that, what is the Sortino ratio, what is the beta, everything, all the study. Then I start giving advices like you can invest this, you do that this. So that has created a passion in me to learn about more about finance, and I have gone through a couple of lot of I was just browsing a lot of certifications and all those like CFP, CWM, and CIRA, a lot of things. So my question is like, for a person like me, what is the best way to enter into this and make it one of kind of a profession?
Sriram, now that you are already into the, I mean, I would not call you as novice because you are already dealing with finance.
Agreed.
You are already dealing with financial management. I mean, dealing the accounts of your friends or your relatives or some people around you. Maybe not directly, maybe not paid, maybe free of cost, maybe indirectly you're managing them. So you have a lot of knowledge about finance. This module is going to help you. I mean, there are many certifications in the market, and this is I should say you should consider it as a short-term one. Like as you mentioned, CFP will take a lot of time. I mean, CFP will take a few months before you actually become a CFP, and that will only teach you about the financial planning. And then CWM is also only about financial planning. Here we are dealing mostly with the financial markets. So all I want to say is that these certifications are not comparable. One, they are long term. This is a quick one. Second, it deals mostly with only one aspect of financial planning. Like for example, I have gone through entire curriculum of CFP. I mean, I am just not a CFP. I have read all their books of CFPs. It is mostly, I mean, with all due respect to the entire curriculum and wherever we are learning those things, I could not learn about, I can only deal with the practical aspect of how to deal with the insurance, how to deal with the taxation, how to deal with the mutual funds, or how to deal with case to case basis. But nowhere we talked in detail about the financial markets. Just that we know in investment planning module, we know that there is something called derivative, there is something called stock market, but there was no practical application of it. So these two things are not comparable. One, it is more of theoretical and more towards the financial planning and more in long run. This thing is more, you can do it quickly, will give you a hands-on experience about the financial markets. So that's the difference between both the kind of modules that you are talking about.
So something like a subset of those bigger one. A subset of kind of those one, like where you handles
not exactly a subset also, because
right.
most of the things are completely different from what you will learn in CFP or CWM. I take sessions for both of them. So there are
Okay.
many things that you would not be that would not be covered there in detail. Here we are covering it.
Right, got it. Thanks for that.
Sure. Thank you.
Hello, this is Shubhadeep. Himanshu, can I talk?
Yeah, please continue.
Yes. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. So actually, I just wanted to ask. I'm working in a MNC and I work in a department of credit lending. So basically, I work in HSBC, and my department and my role is to prepare the profit and loss, the financial statements and the ratios, and the help the RM and the analyst to land in a proper rating and to analyze the ratios, these things. So basically a back office job for credit lending. So my question is, if I undergo this or I take this course on, can I move my, career from credit lending to investment banking, or basically back office of investment banking job?
Subhadeep, I'll be very frank with you. There is no one course that can help you move your entire career from credit to some other thing. You have spent a few years there, right? If I'm
Yes,
not wrong.
correct. No, you're absolutely correct.
Okay. So if you think that there is one course that will make you move your career in complete direction, I think you are thinking in the wrong direction then. There are many things that you should be doing if you really want to move your career or deviate your career from one where you are to where you want to go. If you really want to go to the investment banking side, this is first step. Apart from this, you should be, or you can be thinking about many other things. Like, for example, you should be pursuing other certifications like financial modeling. You should be doing, for example, credit modeling. So all these things, what IBs are looking for is what you should be adding to your kitty. This is just one of it, but definitely a right step towards that career. But it is not the only thing that would require you to change your career path. So I do not want to keep you under any illusion that after this course you will be able to easily move your career. This is first step, and this is one of the most basic steps that you should be taking. Apart from this, there are a few things that you should always be thinking about. That you should also be thinking about. Apart from CIRA, apart from this module, there are many other things that you need to do if you really want to deviate your train to some other track from the current track.
Okay.
This is just, I mean, you are going like this. This will help you move in the favorable direction by this much amount. While
Okay.
if you are talking about moving towards this much amount,
Okay.
it will take a lot of effort. Trust me, it will take a few years. I have done this in my life. It would take a few years and a lot of certification and a lot of knowledge, and I mean your inputs also. You have to spend a few hundreds of hours before changing your career in learning all the stuff that the new career path requires. This is first step. This is right step is the only thing I can say. Apart from this, maybe I can tell you on some other platform that what all things can be used by you to change your path.
Okay, so basically the fund is not to concentrate on one particular area, but to enhance my career in the entire financial field, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Sir,
you. Yes, please.
sir, I had a doubt. In
Please.
this course, you're gonna cover fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and other aspects of financial markets in a very deep understanding, or just a glimpse of it? I just want to ask you that.
Can we have a third option also? I mean, I am not going to just have a glimpse of it, and I am not going into the much deeper understanding also.
Okay.
Technicals we generally cover around, say around 10 to 15 hours here at AIWMI itself. We cover
Yeah.
around 10 to 15 hours. Derivatives also we cover around 10 to 12 or so. I mean, technicals also 10 to 12 hours. So you can
Yeah.
say around 30% of 30% of that or 40% of that we'll be covering. So we
Yeah.
cannot say that I am just talking about it for an hour. I'm just giving an idea. Also, we
Yeah.
cannot say that I am going to dig very much deeper so that you become an expert of that. Because
Yeah.
eventually you are not going to use any of these things in greater detail. You should only be knowing them. So that is the reason we are discussing more than just knowing them. So not 5, 10, 15, 20%, we are covering it around 30 to 40% or so. So I would say not a glimpse, but not in that much detail also. So we are covering a decent subject.
Okay, sir. Okay. And fundamental analysis is also the same manner,
The
like
same,
tech.
the same, the same. As you can
Okay.
see, the same number of hours have been allotted to both the subjects.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
So because see, Smriti, understand one thing. I
Yeah.
understand and we understand that there will be many candidates like Sriram that who do not belong to the financial background. Rather,
Yes,
Sriram
sir.
knows finance a lot maybe, but for example, Yash doesn't know anything about finance. So I have to start from there, and then I have to take you to a level wherein at least you are able to apply the concepts in the company itself, or whether you are able to find out if the company is good or bad.
Mhm.
So that is the reason we are covering this much depth of the topic.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Hi, Himanshu.
Hello.
This is Sushil here.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Sushil.
Hi. Himanshu, my question is pertaining to the classes. So if we enroll for CIRA, so how would be the classes designed, whether it would be the recording sessions or whether it would be online sessions, how it would be?
So we are starting the online session from, I think, 27th of September forum. We are starting on, I think, 27th of
Yes,
September.
so we are starting with a batch on 27th September, and if you register before Saturday, like by Saturday, so there's a scholarship which is going on till Saturday, and if you register by Saturday, so you are required to pay only the registration fee. Exam fee is waived off under the self-study mode.
Okay. And where are the fees details and everything mentioned?
It is there on our website. If you go to our website under the certifications tab, you will find all the details.
Okay, because I can see there's a regular mode, self-study mode, and exam mode.
Yes, so
in
there are
the
different modes.
regular mode, I can see a live online tutorial. So is that the one?
Yes, that is for the regular mode. And if you want to go for self-study mode, then there is a separate deliverable.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Yes. If you have any queries, you can just call us or write to us. I will get back to you.
Yeah, sure. If you can just mention your contact details.
Yes,
on the
yes,
chat
I will.
box.
I will.
Sure.
Yes.
Thanks. Thanks.
Hi, Himanshu sir. Good evening.
Yeah. Hi, Ankit.
Sir, I'm doing chartered accountancy right now. I'm a CA finalist. So just wanted to know other than CIRA.
Ankit, I'm not able to hear you. Sorry.
Am I audible now?
There's a crack in your voice.
Okay. Great.
Ankit, I think you have low connectivity. It's showing at your end.
Okay, I am audible now.
Better, better. Yes, much better.
Sir, I am doing chartered accountancy right now. So just wanted to ask that other than CIRA exams, so what all I can explore in the field of finance, no? Other than this certifications, because I'm in starting journey of my career. So what all options I can explore other than this?
You are pursuing chartered accountancy right now, right? Okay. I think you should be, you should be looking towards the fundamental analysis side or the investment banking side of the products on our website. You need not go for any banking kind of courses. You need not go for any, if you want, see, the closer links to chartered accountancy are one towards the financial markets, second
Correct.
towards the investment banking side, which includes financial modeling, investments and trading. So I think these are the things that we, amid all the courses that are posted on our website, you can check for the courses around these topics. So any of these topics will be good for you.
Okay. Other than this, sir, I have just cleared my NASM modules also, and CFA Investment Foundation is also now looking forward to doing FRM or professional degree course CFA also. So is it
Are
good
you
for for chartered accountant to go with CFA? Is it good, or after
chartered
CA,
accountancy with CFA still seems logical, but chartered accountancy with FRM is only, I would suggest, for only those people who are really passionate about statistics and risk management.
Okay.
Otherwise, they both are completely separate fields as far as I am aware. I have never studied the books of FRM, but as far as I know, it is majorly about the risk management, all the kind of risk management. A chartered accountant otherwise would not be using risk management models.
Correct.
I would be very frank with you. I mean, I think you will be, unless until you are very passionate about going into risk management kind of scenario, I mean, area, then it's altogether a different game. But otherwise, I do not see any logic.
Sir, basically, frankly speaking, I'm not into, chartered accountancy in not have single person interest in taxation, auditing and all. So accounting and all. So just completing it CA and now exploring other options in finance like CFA and all, so that I can get into, investment banking.
Ankit, I think if the target is investment banking, then go for CFA, a few NISM modules, and some other certifications in your pocket.
But sir, certification is not, proper core to get into, some AMC or so investment banking.
Undoubtedly, CFA, there's nothing that could replace CFA there.
But after clearing 1 or 2 levels, I guess any AMC should take me or not?
At least 2 levels plus. I mean, if you want a quicker job, then of course there is no shortcut for that. But still, what I have noticed with my candidates is around 5 to 6 certifications plus CFA level 2 is what has helped landing up in a job by a few of my candidates, which I've noticed.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hi, sir. Malvika here. So I'm and I'm already working in a company as a financial planner. So to switch to research. So is it compulsory to have of FRM or CFA, or I can still research short courses like CIRA?
To move to research, as mentioned, I mean, as discussed with Ankit, either go for up to CFA level 2 or have a few certifications. It will be easy for you to move into the research side if you have a few certifications in your hand. Like, for example, you should be having a proper knowledge of derivatives. You should be having a proper knowledge of all the products available in the financial market, equity, commodity, currency, bond. I mean, this is the reason why we have designed. See, this module will be most helpful for those who already understand finance a bit, maybe. If they do not, then this should be seen as their first step. If they already know, then this should be seen as their second or third step, so that they are one step ahead of others of deviating their career into something, as I mentioned to someone else a while ago also. So as a financial planner, you are already dealing with finance, but the problem is that you are dealing only on the financial planning side. And it is mostly, I mean, in today's scenario, it is mostly either insurance, some part of taxes, and some mutual funds.
Correct. Yes.
So you need more. You need practical knowledge, working knowledge of derivatives. You need working knowledge of researching a company, and you need working knowledge of managing a portfolio. These are 3 things, a couple of things that you need to add. So fundamental analysis, technical analysis, derivatives, portfolio management are these 3 or 4 things that you need to know. Whether you cover it through CIRA or whatever courses are available at AIWMI, whatever you want to do, but you need to take care of these things.
Okay, thank you.
Let me tell you one thing. I on a daily basis, while working as a research analyst, also while writing articles for Reuters, while appearing on CNBC TV 18, while giving recommendations to the clients on a daily basis, you are at least using these 4 topics at any point in time, day in, day out. You can't get away with these topics. You need to learn all of them.
Yes, sir. Got it. Thank you, sir.
Hello, I have a question.
Yeah, Agrima, please.
Agrima. I am a practicing company secretary since past 4 years. And before that, I was working with merchant bankers in Mumbai. So I'm looking for just adding a course to add to my skills. So what do you recommend?
What kind of skills are you looking to add?
It is related to something valuation, either valuation or something related to investment. Because if I go for investment adding skills, so it will be beneficial for myself mainly, and I'll make some more clients on the basis of this. So I can enter some portfolio management thing also along with my practice.
Do you know anything about investments right now?
Just little for my personal and my friends' purpose, I do it.
I mean, do you read annual reports?
Yes, I do. I prepare also for my clients.
Okay. I mean to say, reading the financial statements and doing the ratio analysis and finding out whether the company is investable or not. Reading the annual
Yes,
reports for me.
yes, I do, but not all the companies, only the sectors I pick, and according to the sectors, the few of the companies I study.
Okay.
So it's not a very lengthy thing I do. I do a little process, and more of it I go into mutual fund studies also. So
Okay.
I
So there's a
read all
course.
the.
There's a
No,
course.
no course. No, I haven't done any
No,
course.
no, I'm telling you, there's a course called for financial modeling and equity research that's available on our website. Please go through them. So that is one you should be doing. And if you want to start it from basics, then go for CIRA. If you already know the basics and you're only interested in fundamental analysis, then go for financial modeling course at AIWMI.
All right, all right. I go through the manual. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have more questions?
Yeah, hi Himanshu, it's Minal
Yeah,
here.
hi, Minal. Yes.
So I'm a chartered accountant and I'm working in an audit profile.
Okay.
So basically I want to make a career in finance, like in private equity, venture capital or something like that, portfolio management. But like unfortunately at that time I didn't got like any job. So like working for the audit profile that I don't want to work like really. So how should I pursue for this? Like, is it the CFA is the only course like from which I get the entry in this finance world?
Could you please
Or
repeat
some...
where exactly do you want to work? I mean, what exactly
No,
do
no,
you have in your mind?
I'm just saying like I have talked to many people. They are saying that the CFA is the only course through which I get the full-fledged entry in the finance world. But I really want to like change my profile in a shorter time, like in 6 to 7 months. So that's why I have joined this CIRA program. So what should I do? Like, I need to ask you.
You want to enter into the field of finance. You are currently practicing chartered accountant, right?
No, I'm working in an audit profile.
Okay, you're working in the audit profile.
Yes. So basically, I want to switch my profile altogether.
Towards investment banking.
Yeah, like anything. I don't know much about that, but yeah, like something like venture capital, private equity. I have chosen the financial service and capital market subject in my CA final, so I have bit knowledge about that.
About private equity, I am not the best person to talk about it, or about VC, I am not the best person to talk about it. There are certain other courses available on our website about private equity and venture capital. Maybe they can help you a bit.
But the investment thing is also good, like the portfolio management or investment analysis, something like that.
Yes, this is something that you would always require. But for private equity thing, there are other courses that AIWMI is doing. I think you should be checking with them about this.
Okay, so like after doing
I mean,
this
this will
course,
give you, this will help you, this course will help you take a first step towards that direction. How the equities and how these things are working there in the market, or how technicals and how portfolio is managed there. So we'll be taking, take care of that. We'll be taking care of that. But then, if you're particular about private equity, venture capital, and all the private placements and all those stuff, then maybe you should be looking for a couple of more courses in that. This is not going to fulfill the complete purpose. This will be a first step.
like the CFA is a course which like complete all 360
CFA
degrees.
will also cover only a part of private equity and VC. But yes, I mean, but just to enter into that course, you will be doing a CFA. Do you want to go into the valuation of private equity or the privately listed company, something like that? If your answer is yes, then go for CFA. If you just want to go into the private equity thing through some other route also, then I think CFA would not solve your purpose.
Okay, like in the long run, there will be a specific thing like whether I need to do the private equity thing or venture capital. But right now, like I'm looking for any of the three options. Like I also don't know what is maybe the suitable for me. I am just interested in the finance field. That's what I'm asking. Like,
So, I mean, if you're
what I
interested,
do in the yeah.
if you're interested, then I would suggest you, one is this one. Then there is a financial modeling course available. Then there are a couple of more certifications available. Try doing those certifications. And then after that, you will be in a better position to gauge which direction I want to go.
Okay.
I mean, unless until you are clear, I would not be able to help you guide through something. And that's very natural. It will become clear once you attend a few sessions of some of the courses. Then only you will get to know which one fascinates me more. So that's a very common thing that we encounter.
Okay. And like after this course, is there any placement instance for like particularly after this course, or do I need to do 2 or 3 more?
I am a subject matter expert. I think someone from AIWMI will be in a better position to talk about this.
Okay.
So they have mentioned their email address and phone number. I think you can talk to them personally.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Himanshu.
Yes, Subhadeep.
I'm sorry. I think someone else is going.
Yeah, please.
Hi, Himanshu. This is Ketan. I'm audible?
Yes, absolutely.
Himanshu, I'm actually working in the US financial market domain as a senior financial analyst who is particularly, taking care of the US financial planning stuff for the US citizens, right? So there are a lot of things we do for the US citizens, like we have certain, ample options out here in India. And similarly, while coming down to the US market, so we have ample options. So I'm particularly catering the financial planning cycle for the clients who are placed in US, right? So I just want to, gauge my part. If I just want to, switch it to the company valuation from the individual financial planning to the company valuation or maybe to the, company's risk management. So what would be the ideal course or something like, I would like to add up in my kitty? So what would you suggest?
If you want to enter into company valuation, then one is financial modeling, other is corporate valuation. These are two courses that we conduct. And then there's one more, which is investment banking. So CIFM, CIIB, and CCV are three courses for you, which are, genuinely good courses and will give you in-depth idea of, if you already know the basics of everything, whatever we are talking about in CIRA, then these courses are the second step for you.
Okay, so CIFM, CCB, and the third one is?
CIIB, Certificate in Investment Banking.
And that is there with the AIWMI, right?
Yes, that is there. But then you also mentioned about risk management.
Correct.
If you have, if you're very sure that you want to go into risk management, because risk management is relatively a tougher thing that you are going to choose. So it is not an easy ball game.
But in that, I think I'm much more interested in the credit risk part.
I think there is a course at AIWMI about credit modeling or something like that.
Yeah, I think.
Just check that. That will help you.
Okay.
That will solve your purpose.
All right. Thank you.
Is it risk and compliance?
Then after that, you can talk about, after that, you can pursue FRM or something of that to reach one notch higher.
All right. Thanks.
Sure, thank you.
Hello, Himanshu. Sorry, Shubhadeep here again.
Yes,
so I have
please.
two questions. So for the scenario, I just want to change my career from different dimension altogether. So which one would be a better option, CIRA or the financial modeling? What
you
do
want
you
to change
suggest?
the direction in towards
investment banking, from credit lending towards investment banking. So which one would be a better option for me right now, CIRA or financial modeling?
Financial modeling is a better option.
Okay.
But then financial modeling will require a lot of knowledge about the basics of the equity valuation and portfolio beta and all those stuff.
Okay, okay. So no. So the thing is that I'm already I do something have some basic knowledge of these things. So I mean basic knowledge I have. I can tell you this. So in this case, what do you suggest? So financial modeling would be a better option of CIRA?
Investment banking.
Yes.
Financial modeling or investment banking. I mean, check their curriculums. If you already have the basic knowledge of what we are discussing in CIRA, if you are very sure that you know of all these things, then go for the second step directly.
Okay,
But
okay.
if you think, I'll be very frank with you. I mean, not just because I am talking about the courses here, but if you really think that no, there may be some things lagging in me and I need to learn more, then always choose the first step first.
Okay, sure. And one more question. I am also thinking about pursuing the CAIA program. Is it a very good program? I mean, would you suggest me to go for
Are
that
you
also?
planning to work in India or you're planning to work abroad?
No, if I get a chance, I will obviously go and work abroad.
CAIA has more recognition abroad than in India. I know of some people around me who have done CAIA or who have been doing, but then they say that it would have been good if I would have done CFA.
Okay, okay. So,
So
I mean,
if you are based abroad only, then yes, I mean not in India. While if you are studying in India, then make sure you have plans for abroad someday, because you will get more recognition there. At least, I mean, I am saying this with my limited knowledge.
Okay, okay, sure. Thank you, thank you.
Hello.
Sir Balkrishna here. Hello.
Yes, hi, please. Tell me.
Can you hear me?
Absolutely right. Absolutely loud and clear.
Okay, okay. Yeah, now I was working in back office of investment banking. That was in derivative settlements. So I have not been working from 2 years. So I'm planning to enter into the middle office or front office work in investment banking. So what do you suggest? Which course would be better for me?
You plan to enter into investment banking again, right?
Yeah. I was in back office. That was in derivative settlements.
And you want to enter into middle office now?
Yeah.
You need to do a lot of research work. I mean, you should be knowing all the kinds of research and all the kind of products. Now, I don't know how would you see my answer, but you need to do a lot of certifications and a lot of course, because back office to middle office is the thing that takes a lot of effort.
Okay.
So because in middle office, the actual role in the IB is done, like making risk-free returns for the client, making returns for the client, using statistics, using fundamental, using technical, using the modeling and all those stuff. I mean, using bonds, using currency, using commodity, using derivative, whatever you can think of. So ideally, you should be doing a lot of things.
Okay.
Where to start first depends upon you. How much knowledge do you have right now about the products?
Okay. Starting with the financial modeling will help us in that case.
Do you know about financial markets? Do you know about
no financial modeling?
Do you know about financial markets and the basics of valuation and the basics of all the products? Equity, commodity, debt, currency.
Yeah, I did a course, private course in investment banking also. Yeah.
If you know of all these products, then yes, either investment banking or financial modeling.
Okay. CIRA will help us in researching the companies and valuation of the companies.
CIRA will help you, yes, in this also, and CIRA will help you broadly look at all the markets and looking at the portfolio. I mean, as a satellite view, I'll be looking at my client's entire portfolio. So I'll be talking about equity, I'll be talking about debt, I'll be talking about currency, I'll be talking about commodity, fundamental, technical, all these things, which are required in almost all the modules. Whatever you do for higher certification, which will be required. I mean, it is like how to make sentences from the words. And then in different courses, you start applying the sentences.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Yes.
This is Venkatesh. Actually, I cleared like financial modeling course already from different institution. So which course will be better for after financial modeling? Because I already have certification in capital markets.
Mhm.
So I've been done 2 courses like capital markets and financial modeling both.
Okay.
So my goal is to become an investment banker, and also I'll start pursuing CFA from November.
Okay.
So which course is better for me for time being now?
Please check the curriculum for investment banking, credit research.
Okay.
These two, at least I can recall. Portfolio management, corporate valuation. Please check the curriculum covered in that. If there is something that was not covered in your previous modules,
Okay.
and try to cover them, and then go for CFA exams.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So forum, I think we are done.
Sir, and one more thing, after like whom we should contact to get into courses?
I think someone from AIWMI has already shared the, I'll share them for you. Just a minute. So Venkatesh,
Sir, can I ask one last question?
Yeah, just a second. I've shared, Venkatesh, I've shared the email address and the phone numbers.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sure, thank you. Yes, please.
Yeah. Actually, while doing these courses like CIRA or CIIB, after taking these lessons or sessions, can we write an exam maybe within the month, or else how that works, exam pattern?
I think you should be asking them. Forum, are you there?
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay, they have shared the phone numbers. You can directly talk to them and write to them also.
Yeah, fine. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I hope I've answered most of the questions, rather all of them probably. So that's it.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'll wind it up.